Okay, so listen, guys. Thank y'all for being here with us. We're about to do another video. In this video, I want to talk to y'all about 25 things I don't buy. I no longer buy. Because I am a woman in my 40s, late 40s, okay? And what I feel about being in my late 40s is you have fine-tuned your life. And if you haven't fine-tuned it, you're in the process of fine-tuning. And in that fine-tuning, you realize that there's just some things that are just not worth your time, your energy, or your money. So in this video, we're going to talk about the things that I feel are not worth my money, therefore I no longer buy. We have 25 of them. Let's go. Written on a sticky note. Okay. The first thing I no longer buy, and this stuff is in no particular order, all right? This was just my brainstorm, my brain dump. But the thing that I no longer buy is cable. I remember when I first got rid of cable, I was like, oh my goodness, this is going to be hard. Come to find out, it's not hard at all. It's not hard at all. And I cannot even believe that cable companies are still in business. And the ones who are in business, I cannot believe that they have not drastically reduced their prices to compete with streaming services. I am a supporter of streaming services. Right now, I am Netflix. I am Paramount Plus. That's what I'm doing right now. Oh, and we also have good old YouTube subscription, which is actually a business write-off because we use it for business, because we're forever researching all of the things. The next thing that I no longer buy, juice diets. Why I am a believer in cleansing and fasting and resetting the body, especially after New Year, I realize that those expensive juice programs where they've already manufactured the juices for you do not work for me, and they are super overpriced. I prefer to make my own juice, either by juicing myself or just doing something simple such as the Master Cleanse lemonade, cayenne pepper, maple syrup juice diet. I find that that detox is just as effective. Added some supplements in with it, such as right now I'm doing black seed oil. Right now we're doing ginseng and multivitamins. I find it to be more effective than the juice diets that I have tried. The juice detoxes, not diets. The detoxes that I have tried, okay? I no longer do Curics or buy any of the Curic pods. The reason why is because I find that in the beginning, while it may make a decent cup of coffee, over time it loses its effectiveness, it loses its strength. You have to do all kind of things that involve like safety pins and trying to get up in there to clean out the little hole that the coffee pours from. Okay, and when you buy the reusable Curic cups, I've also found that that will also shorten the lifespan of your Curic machine. So I'd rather just do coffee the old-fashioned way in an old-fashioned pots, or the percolator that we use. I don't know, I have to insert the picture of what I'm talking about, or my Breville coffee machine. Okay, that's what I prefer. So I will no longer do a Curic anything, no matter how cute they are. And I feel, because I've had such bad history with Curic, I feel like the Nespressos would be the same for me. I don't do magazine subscriptions. The main thing is, while I may adore a good article, I realized a long time ago that I just don't even have time to sit down and read a physical magazine. Home warranty programs. Now, somebody did ask me in my comments, what did I think about them? And I was like, that has to be a whole dedicated video. And I do plan on doing that one of these days. But for the most part, I do not do home warranty programs because I find that the service is subpar. In my 40s, I find that service is everything for me. I do not like my time being wasted. I do not like being given the runaround. And I find that for a home warranty program to work, for it to stay in business, they have to make money. They are not making money if you're not paying money for them to replace your things. So they're going to make it hard for you. They're going to give you a whole bunch of patchwork workarounds. So they're going to come and they're going to try to patch the issue. And hopefully you are too tired to keep fighting them to actually get things replaced. And even in the replacement of a thing, a lot of times I have found, because I do have experience with them, that they will give you a check to offset, because they will say, well, we're not replacing to buy you a new thing. We're going to give you the money to replace the value of what we deem the thing that is broken to have been worth. Okay, you go try buying a dishwasher with $200 that they give you. Yeah, been there, done that. Not interested. I am now more interested in saving the money to buy what I need when I need it, and that way I can buy exactly what I want, instead of giving them money time and time again for frustration. I'm actually paying them for me to be frustrated. Okay, so that's what I feel about that. Timeshares. Y'all know the story. I worked hard to get out of my timeshare. Well, I didn't really work hard, but I kind of worked hard to get out of my timeshare. I should have never bought one. I bought a timeshare in my early 20s. Actually, my late 20s. I bought a timeshare, paid it off, had it forever and ever. Amen. And then I was finally able to get rid of the timeshare. I would never, ever, ever buy a timeshare or a vacation club or whatever other cute word you want to put on it. I would never do that again. I find it to be more cost effective to just pay for your vacations where you want to go, because they have great deals out there. And when you do it that way, you actually get to go where you want to go when you want to go. Timeshares is something I would never do again. Planners and bulky calendars. I will not buy those either. Mainly because, knowing thyself, what I realize is I like to be on the move a lot. Therefore, I like to have things that are light and easy to transport with me. I have purchased the cute planners and the cute calendars, and a lot of times I found over time that they were just too heavy and not even practical for me to use on a daily basis. So now I use a simple, very super thin calendar, and I write really tiny in it, and then anything that I need to add to it, I will write on a sticky note and stick it in there. It's easier for me to travel that way. And because I'm in multiple spaces and don't always have access to technology, I find that I'm always able to have my calendar accessible to me whenever I need it. And so I will no longer buy anything that is big and heavy. Smaller is better. Simpler is more for me in that area. GoPros. Oh my goodness. Now, y'all don't hold me to this, because I may get one again in the future. We'll see. But so far, I'm not buying GoPros anymore. I've had three. And what I have found, one lives at the bottom of an ocean right now. Another one lives somewhere in Costa Rica right now. And then what I have found is half the time we don't even bring all of the things we need to bring with us to actually use the GoPro. The GoPro requires, for us, accessories. You either have to be able to attach it to your head, attach it to your chest, attach it to a stick, attach it to something, a floaty device. And whenever we go somewhere, we're always forgetting one thing or another, making it impractical to use the GoPro. The one time when we were in Hawaii, we remembered the GoPro. We remembered some of the accessories. We forgot the floaty device. That GoPro now lives in the bottom of the Hawaiian Ocean. Of a Hawaiian bay, of a Hawaiian lagoon. Okay? So therefore, I'm over it. I'm not buying GoPros anymore. We never get it right. We'll bye-bye GoPro. Uncomfortable shoes. While I find that shoes can be super cute, with the little skinny heel and everything, I realize that if a shoe is not comfortable for me, I'm not going to wear it. It's going to be cute over there, but I'm rarely, if ever, going to put it on my foot. Now, as a woman of a certain age, this is what I do know, because I was in the military even when I was younger. If you wear flats all day, because in the military we wore combat boots, your arch will drop. When I got out of the military in my 20s, I had a hard time wearing heels. My foot would feel like it was breaking. And I realized I had to rebuild my foot back up to be able to wear heels again. So I'm not going to say a high heel, a stiletto heel being uncomfortable is due to age. It's not. It's due to you not wearing high heels. So if you're going to want to wear them, you have to get in condition. You have to condition yourself. I'm not going to condition myself. Half the time it's because when I am out and about, I'm out and about that's going to involve a lot of walking. It's going to involve a lot of being active. And so therefore, I know that a good, comfortable shoe is what's important to me. So I am overbuying any shoe that is not comfortable. And in that same vein, I am not buying clothing that I do not adore. I'm not. And adore might be too strong of a word. Let's say I'm not buying clothes that are not a yes. A yes, because I don't have to adore them. I'm at work right now. I am in simple jeans right now. I'm in this shirt right now, so I can't say, oh, I adore these things. But I have to know when I try them on, if it's not a yes, it's going to be a no. The reason why is because I realize that even though something may be practical, like, oh, it's a t-shirt, it doesn't cost that much, blah, 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 blah. If it doesn't fit well on me or hang well on me, I'm not going to reach for it when it's time to pull out something to wear. So therefore, whatever I buy has to be a yes, or it's not leaving the store. Or even if it leaves the store, because sometimes I don't have time to be trying things on, I'll bring it home. And when I try it on at home, if it's not a yes, it is going back. Okay, we are not keeping things because the price was good. We're not. I'd rather pay more for something that's a yes than less for something that was a maybe and on sale. Seasonal decor. Not doing it. Not doing it. I feel like it's a waste of money. I feel like it's something for people who are bored. No, let me stop. Some people really are just into decorating and stuff, but that's not me. So I will not spend a lot of money on seasonal decor because I do feel that that money can be better served elsewhere. Rather, it's in a high yield savings account. It's in an investment account. I feel like you can just do more with that money than just going out every time the season changes and buying new things because somebody on YouTube had a cute house. We ain't doing it. We're not doing it. Physical books. Just like a big bulky planner, I do not want to. Sometimes nor do I have the room to carry around physical books. Now, when Kindles first came out and you had these ebooks, I couldn't get with that either because I was like, oh, I miss turning pages. But now I am totally in love with reading books from my phone, reading books on a computer screen, reading books wherever I happen to be and I can pull it up because nowadays you don't even need a physical Kindle device. Kindle books can now be read on a browser. And so that works for me. So I no longer buy physical books, and usually the only physical books I do buy is because they are books that my friends have written, or they are books from people who I adore, like Nikki Giovanni, and I really want the hard copy for my physical personal library. Okay, but rarely do I ever just buy a physical book because I want a physical book. I don't. Lotions, potions, and candles. I do not buy those things if I have those things laying around the house. And I say that to say you're not going to find 50 different bottles of lotion around my house. You're not going to find different things of candles. You're not. My philosophy is if there's still more lotion in this bottle, you don't get to buy another thing of lotion until this lotion is gone. Okay? So that is my philosophy with all of the things that come in jars, whether it's things for makeup, my face, skincare, whether, again, candles. A lot of times I'm getting candles as gifts, so I don't go out and buy candles until all the candles I have been exhausted, okay? So that is one of my rules, and that keeps things simple. That keeps my house from not being cluttered with a bunch of things, and that keeps me using up what I already have. Liquid laundry detergent. I no longer buy that. I have actually, and it would have been so cool if this was sponsored, but it's not. I've actually started buying the laundry sheets from Earth Breeze. I love it because the clothes come out just as clean. The clothes come out, I don't know. I mean, it all works the same as when I use a liquid laundry detergent. But what I like about Earth Breeze, once again, is it takes up less space because they're little flat sheets. I don't have to go and buy this big heavy jug of detergent, and it's more friendly for the earth and for the environment, again, because we're not buying this big heavy jug of detergent. And so I no longer buy liquid detergent. The other thing I no longer buy is what are they called? Mail delivery services. meal prep services, things like what was I buying before? I can't even remember the names. HelloFresh, Every Plate. That's what I was doing before. It's not because I don't believe in the services. I do. It just goes back to know thyself. What I know about myself is I'm not going to cook. So therefore, even though you sent me all the ingredients I need, those ingredients are going to sit in my refrigerator because I don't feel like chopping them up and preparing them. I don't have the time. So I'm not saying I would never buy a meal delivery kit. Like maybe if it was, I feel like Factor, what is it called? Factor 41, Factor somebody. I feel like they're a little expensive, but actually for my time management skills, I would do something more like that than something that I would have to cook. I'd rather just do something that I can just pop in the oven, pop in the microwave, pop in the thing, and it be done, than me having to actually sit there and physically do a thing. Because I just find that at this age, time is one of my more valuable assets. Okay, so that's why I will not buy that thing anymore. Been there, tried it, and realized it just doesn't really work for my lifestyle. Product warranties. Okay, I feel like product warranties, I feel like, again, it appeals to the sense of fear. Sometimes what we're really buying is peace of mind more so than something we're going to actually use. I cannot even count on one hand the number of times I've used a warranty on a product. One hand. I can't. And so therefore, I do not buy product warranties. I believe in the manufacturer warranty that automatically comes with a product when you make a purchase. I also believe in the extended warranty that usually comes when you use a certain credit card to make the purchase on. So whenever I'm buying a large ticket item in electronics, for the most part, I try to use certain credit cards that come with an additional warranty. So therefore, I do not pay anything extra in warranties. I travel a lot. One thing I don't buy is souvenirs for the people when I travel. Now, there is an exception to that. And sometimes the exception to that is I do want to support a business, a local vendor. But because I feel I try to be more minimalist than Maximus, I know that I probably don't need a thing. Right? And so therefore, if I'm not buying anything for myself, I really can't support the vendor. So a lot of times I will buy things for other people in that capacity. But I never travel feeling like I have to buy gifts and stuff for friends and family. I don't, and I won't. Okay? So do not ask me to bring you something back, because the answer is I ain't doing that. I'm not a shopper. So I'm not doing that. Okay? The other thing I don't buy is unnecessary phone upgrades. This phone right here is my phone. It's I don't even know what it is. Maybe I'll bloop it in the screen what it is. But this phone, we will not be buying another one. Let me clean that off for y'all. We will not be buying another one until this one doesn't work. So I never just buy the new upgraded product just because they have a new upgraded product out. I don't do that. I use what I have and I use it until I can't use it anymore. And then when I can't use it anymore, I usually then buy the latest and greatest of what's out there. That's what I do. Gym memberships. I got to stop lying to myself. Y'all, I'm not going to the gym. Do I need to go to the gym? That's a whole nother story. This ain't what this video is about. It ain't about what I need to do. It's about what I'm not going to do. Keep it real with yourself, especially at the new year. Because I feel like the new year, this is where companies and manufacturers can get us to buy things that we typically wouldn't buy because we want to be our ideal selves, our dream selves, our things that ain't even realistic for our lifestyle selves. And sometimes that includes a gym membership. I would buy a membership of something that I actually love, that I actually do, that I will actually use. If that's not the case, I'm not going to do it. I did recently have a yoga membership for unlimited yoga. And then I found that I wasn't even doing that because of my hair, the whole sweating, because I like hot yoga. So the whole sweating wasn't working for my natural hair. And so I had to stop doing that. But what I do have is wonderful gym equipment at the house that that is going to be in my New Year resolution to actually use and do. Sometimes it's about building a habit. And so the habit I want to build in the new year is actually using the equipment that I have versus putting money into a membership that I'm not going to use. The other thing that I do not purchase is snacks for my home. The reason why I don't do this is because your girl has no willpower, okay? When I buy things like cookies or potato chips or whatever and it's sitting in the house and I'm sitting in the house, we're going to keep going back to those snacks and we're going to eat those snacks. And within 2 days, them snacks are going to be gone. So I just don't do it. I don't give myself the temptation. If I'm ever at home and I feel like, ooh, I do want this or ooh, I do want that, I have to get up and go out and get the thing. Because the thing is just not going to be sitting there for me. And because half the time I'm in the middle of doing this, that, or the other, I usually don't have time to go out and get the thing. So usually a good cup of tea with some honey in it is going to have to satisfy the craving, okay, to snack. We're on number 21. 21st thing that I do that I no longer buy is bottled water. And the reason for this is because at home, I have a wonderful refrigerator with filtered water that I can use all day, every day. And I have also canisters to put the water in. Even when I go out to a gym or whatever, I can bottle up some water. And then also at work, we have the same setup in the office where we have a machine for filtered water and ice that I can get a cup, fill it up, and we're good. So I no longer buy bottled water. Now, when we're on vacation, sometimes we will buy bottled water because we don't have easy access to those things. Or sometimes if we may be having like a house gathering, I may buy the mini bottles of water to make it easier for guests. And in that same breath, the next thing I don't buy is soda. When I go out to a restaurant, I am normally give me a water, or on special occasions a cocktail, but I would never order a thing of soda at a restaurant. I don't. Every now and then I do have a craving for soda, so I'm not gonna say I don't drink soda. I do. I will have a craving for soda, but very rarely will I ever buy a whole big bottle of soda. If I have a craving, just like the snacks, I would go to the store and buy a small thing of soda. Or sometimes if I'm doing a fast food situation and it's a meal and it comes with the soda, I'll get a Coke. But very rarely will I ever buy a thing of soda, especially at a restaurant. We're gonna drink water because we all need to get our water in, okay? The next thing I will not buy, I will no longer spend money on, are bad bras. Bad undergarments, but especially bras. As a woman over the age of 30, I'm going to say, you need to have a good fitting bra. You need to know what store, what brand, and your proper size. And trust me, Victoria's Secret only goes up to a certain size, and that may not be your size, but they're going to tell you it's your size because they want you to buy the bras there. But go get a proper fitting at a proper store. One store that I recommend is Nordstrom's. They really do a good proper fitting there. And you can get your proper size bra. This bra is going to cost more money, but it's going to be worth the investment, because if you don't have your foundational garments correct, everything you put on top of it is not going to be correct either. So go get you a good bra. Go figure out what your good bra is. And that is something you should know for yourself after you reach a certain age, okay? The next thing that I will no longer buy, a gas vehicle. I will no longer buy a gas vehicle. And honestly, this is just preference. And this is just because I never liked getting gas in my car. I never liked having to stop and put gas in the car. I'd rather charge my car at night. And so therefore, I just feel like from now on in the rest of my life, electric will always be the way to go for me. Okay. And then the last thing I will never, ever spend money on, thing number 25, are bank fees, ATM fees, fees associated with my money in a bank. I will never do that. And one of the ways I don't do that, and one of the ways I know that you won't have to do that either, is if you get a bank if you have a checking account or whatever, if your bank is a bank that will refund ATM fees. One way to know that a bank will refund ATM fees, not only just by reading the pros and cons of the bank, is if it's an online bank or a bank that isn't universally wide, you know, because there are some brick and mortar banks, but they don't have like a whole bunch of branches and locations, and so therefore they will refund ATM fees. That's one of the banks that I use. So they do have a location, but they're rare. The locations aren't everywhere. And then even if they didn't have a location, if it was an online bank and it gives you an ATM card, a lot of times they will refund your ATM fees. And once again, I will not pay fees for having a bank account open. Like one of the places, Wells Fargo, for instance, if you don't meet their requirements, which is make sure you have direct deposit, make sure you have this amount of money in your bank every month, they will charge you fees. We don't play them games. One of the banks that I really highly recommend is a Goldman Sachs Marcus account. It's a high yield savings account. My money now makes money. Right now it is paying over 5% a month in interest, okay? If you have a referral code, it gives you that extra percent. So right now it could be like 4% interest, but if you open up an account with a referral code, it will give you an extra percentage. Now, this is not sponsored, nor are they giving me anything extra for letting y'all know this. But if you're interested, you can shoot me an email and I will get a referral code out to you. It will not be mine. Mine is all maxed out, but we do have family members, and our family members is other fun and budget viewers who have graciously sent me their referral codes to share. So if that's something you're interested in, drop down in the comments and let me know. And then also, if there's something that I didn't list on my 25 things that I no longer spend money on, that you no longer spend money on, talk to us about that in the comments, okay? Because we're always looking for good things that we just should not spend money on. We like keeping our coins over here. So that concludes this video. Thank you all so much for being here. And don't forget to thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and talk to me in the comments below. I'm going to see you all in the next video.